Now this cognitive functions stuff. The other day I stumbled into something that was somewhat interesting. It's called Looops. I have actually known about this term, not only loops in general, but in this sense, cognitive loops. But I never really got myself deeper into this subject. And this describes when two of your functions connect with each other, and doing so they bypass another one, the one in between them. And I have mentioned this every second principle: extroverted, introverted, extroverted, introverted. And this is two functions with the same direction connecting, and the one excluded, the one in between, then is a function with the opposite direction. And this is troublesome because, like I mentioned, this balance, extroversion and introversion, and in this case, if it's function number 1 and function number 3, you will be excluding your second most important one, the one that's meant to ground your first one, or if you're an extrovert, or how should you express it in the other alternative to introverted functions, and this extroverted one is supposed to be like a driving force, that connection to the external world, something like that, which make things perhaps productive in some way, which they might not be otherwise. And the exact loops will depend upon your own set of functions, and your vulnerability regarding these loops will also depend on, I guess, how strong the second function is, the one being bypassed. On the other hand, I don't know, on the other hand, the second function might perhaps be connected in another kind of loop of its own. I don't know if this is supposed to happen according to theory, yet I believe that this too happens. And yeah, thing is, it was some interesting reading, because not only will I recognize few things, but also sounded reasonable. Easy to imagine, some people that you have known and such. And yeah, I might actually try and explain what this might become in practice. And yeah, um, at least do the best I can from my really limited knowledge about things. And even if I've been thinking about things, I'm not in a traditional way clever, so I might not be that sharp and bright that you're supposed to be when explaining things. So all we can do is to fuck off.